So the qualification for the 2025-2026 Champions League has become very difficult in the English Premier League. Looking at the table, this is how the standings look like. Liverpool with 83 points, they have already qualified because they are the champions of the English Premier League. Arsenal 71, they are also qualified with this 71 points, even though there is one match remaining. However, from the 3rd to the 7th position, that is where the problem is. That is where the real competition is for the next UEFA Champions League. And thanks be to, the UEFA or FIFA, Premier League, based on their performances in the Champions League, they have been given another slot or another spot in the Champions League. So the next Champions League is going to feature 5 clubs from the Premier League. That is a good news for the Premier League side. So as it stands now, Newcastle with 66 points, 3rd position. Chelsea 4th position with another 66 points. Aston Villa 66. So you can see that is why everybody says that English Premier League is one of the toughest and the nicest league in the world. Looking at Manchester City, 65 points, but they have played only 36 matches so far, with 1 match remaining, approximately 2 matches remaining for Manchester City. And Nottingham Forest with 65 points, being the 7th on the league table. The interesting part of the thing is that 1 match remaining for this. Let's forget about Liverpool and Arsenal. They have already qualified. There is no need for any other competition amongst these 5 teams or 5 clubs. So Newcastle will be playing Everton. If Newcastle wins against Everton, Newcastle will go to 69 points. If Chelsea win against Nottingham Forest, Chelsea will go 69 points. Then automatically they become 65. If Chelsea doesn't win against Nottingham Forest wins against Chelsea, Nottingham Forest will be having 68 points. It should tell you how competitive the last matches are going to be for these 5 clubs. Manchester City has 1 match to play before the final match. They are playing Fulham. So in case Manchester City wins against Fulham, they will have 68 points. So automatically they will be moving to the 3rd position before the final match. If Manchester City is able to win against Fulham, Manchester City will move to the 3rd position before the final match on the last day. If Manchester City draw against Fulham, still they'll be 67 and on the 3rd on the league table before the final matches. So this is how it's going to look like. So everybody is careful. Everybody is going to play their very tactical match on the last day, especially looking at Chelsea playing Nottingham Forest. It's going to be a dicey one. And Chelsea cannot afford to lose its spot in the Champions League. Nottingham Forest will try to fight their way back into the top 5. And like I said earlier on, you see, the top 5. So this, if you fall within this category, automatically you have qualified for the Champions League next season. Don't forget, whoever wins the Europa League on Wednesday, that is the Europa League between Tottenham Hotspur versus Manchester United. Whoever wins the Europa League automatically qualifies for the Champions League. It does not affect whoever stands or whoever is on the 5th position on the table at the end of the season, because the rules will never change. However, the standings can change based on the performances on the last day. So that is where Manchester United or Tottenham Hotspur fans, they want to use the back door, where everybody is trying to fight their way genuinely to be in the top 5. These two clubs are fighting, and don't forget, 17th on the league table, 16th on the league table. So it looks like these two have nothing to lose in their last Premier League matches. They have nothing to lose. Neither would they qualify into the top 4, neither would they go to relegation. As it stands now, nothing they concern these two people. What they think of is the Europa League final, and they will try as much as possible to win the league. Sorry, the Europa League. And their coach, Tottenham Hotspur coach, Ange Postecoglou, says that in his second seasons, he wins trophies. So Ruben Amorim going to win his first trophy for Manchester United. That should tell you that the Europa League final is going to be a very difficult one in the Bilbao Stadium. Yes. Now, if any of these clubs is unable to make it to the top 5, it means whoever falls in the 6th position is going to play the Europa League. Don't forget, Crystal Palace won the FA Cup, so they have automatically qualified for the Europa League. So whoever comes here, assuming Manchester City are unable to qualify or make it to the top 5, and they sit on the league table, they are going straight to the Europa League. And that is where Guardiola wouldn't want to go. I know Guardiola. Guardiola likes to play in the big matches. So Guardiola certainly wouldn't want to be here. Now, if Aston Villa doesn't qualify to the top 5, he can also drop. Same thing as Chelsea, Newcastle, depending on the result on the last day. So that should tell you that the English Premier League standing, I mean the league table, that is why I said the Champions League race, it is not going to be easy. Right from the 3rd position all the way to the 7th position. Newcastle United, Chelsea FC, Aston Villa, Manchester City, and Nottingham Forest. They are all trying to fight their way back into the top 5. Now, don't forget that Newcastle has won the Carabao Cup. So assuming they are unable to make it to the top 6, this Carabao Cup will guarantee their presence in the UEFA Conference League. Is Eddie Howe ready for the Conference League? I don't think so. Is Isaac ready for the Conference League? I don't think so. So it should tell you how competitive the last match is going to be. And obviously, Guardiola will try to win the match against Fulham in order to sit 3rd on that league table. It is not going to be easy. But United, because, in fact, United fans, they talk a lot. Forget about the jersey I'm wearing. This is the team I support. Chelsea is my favorite team. And it doesn't mean that I support Chelsea, so automatically Chelsea is going to qualify for the top. That is a joke. I'm going to deceive myself if I should think so. But the team is say we go qualify. The team is say we go qualify. Don't forget, Chelsea is also going to play their Europa Conference League final against Real Betis. But that is not their problem now. What Chelsea are focusing on is either to make it to the top 4, which is the regular one, or the top 5, which is the current spot that has been given to the Premier League club that finds himself or itself in the top 5. But I learned Manchester United fans are saying that they don't care. Whatever this Liverpool, Arsenal, Newcastle, Chelsea, Aston Villa, Manchester City, Nottingham Forest are saying, it never them are concerned. They are only concerned now be say, then they go Europa League, then they go take them, They go pass back door, go Champions League, and automatically go winner. But that is a joke. They must be dreaming. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, what is your club? Which amongst these 7 clubs do you belong to? Are you a fan of Tottenham Hotspur? Are you a fan of Manchester United? What do you think about this analysis, these standings, and the competition that is ahead of these 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clubs? Let me know in your comment section. But don't forget, if this is your first time watching this video, please don't forget to give us a like, subscribe, and put on post notification. You are at liberty to, say your mind. What are your opinions? Because football is the game, and that is why we are here. If you are a lady, if you are a man, football is everything. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. But my name is Wizzy. See you in the next video.